Namaskaram everyone, this is Vishwaksen and welcome to Baka Talks. Today I want to talk about one thing. A lot of us, we feel that we are moving from one person to another person, and all of them are toxic. Why do I always, why am I always attracted to toxic people? Why am I always attracting toxic people? Well, there is one very simple explanation to it. The question comes, how was your life growing up? Were you in a toxic family situation, in a toxic family dynamic? So when you're in a toxic family dynamic, being on the lookout at all times, walking on eggshells all times, not knowing when one of your parents might blow up, always be on the lookout, uh, being neglected of your needs, and you're uh, basically being treated as a wallflower, not a non-existent, or present only when they need something from you, or when your emotions and experiences and feelings are not validated or recognized or appreciated, then that feels as if it is familiar. That is familiar territory. So when there is someone who starts by giving you some attention, but on the whole is similar, who is invalidating, not recognizing, or not valuing you, not respecting you, not appreciating your input, you feel a sense of familiarity. Familiar areas are comfortable areas, because as people say, a known devil is better than an unknown angel, because you're familiar with that feeling, you're familiar with that environment, you know how to deal with that environment. So you feel a sense of comfort in that situation, and then you deal with this one toxic relationship, and then you decide that it is toxic for you, it is unhealthy for you, and you decide to end it, or in most cases they leave you, they dump you and leave you. Then you are, that is an experience of emotional trauma, and you have not dealt with it, you have not healed. Then you are basically prey to another person who comes into your life, seeing that you are a weak person, emotionally weak, in a weak situation, and try to attract you towards them by showing the minimal amount of attention. And then you latch on to that because you are being starved of that throughout your life, throughout your relationships, in all walks of life. And then the whole cycle starts again. Again they start showing their true colors, they start uh, uh, they start invalidating you, they stop recognizing you, they stop respecting you, they isolate you, they cut all your friends away from you. The cycle starts over again and again. You realize that it is toxic, or and you leave, or they dump you for a better source, and now you repeat the cycle again, because you're not healed, you're not healing, you are going through this trauma, you're just coping, you're coping from one day to another. You have this huge emotional trauma and baggage that you don't know how to deal with. You have not gone to therapy, you have not gone, you don't have a support circle, you don't have your emotional support circle to share and unpack and deal with your trauma. You have not approached and tried to get professional help, and then this cycle of familiarity and comfort will make you feel that okay, maybe this is all I deserve. I don't deserve to be happy, I don't deserve to feel comfortable, I don't deserve to sleep peacefully, I don't deserve to feel be loved, I don't deserve to have happiness, I don't deserve to for my feelings to be validated, my emotions to be validated and recognized, my voice to be heard. So this familiarity is our biggest enemy, because when there is someone who is actually healthy that comes our way, we are extremely uncomfortable because that is unfamiliar territory. We don't want to tread waters because we are already hurt. We feel that okay, I'm feeling hurt in this familiar territory. If I go to uncharted territory, I might be hurt worse. The answer to it is only through therapy. And after a toxic relationship, after an emotional trauma, a traumatic relationship, take at least a year, if not 2 years, to start dating again, to start seeing people again. In this time, you have to go and seek professional help and talk about your trauma. You have to unpack and try to heal, try to identify the source of the problem and deal with it, and accept that it is safe to try something new. It is safe to tread uncharted waters. It is safe to let you be loved and not used. So, when we are going from one toxic relationship to another toxic relationship to another toxic relationship, our friends are also to blame to a certain extent, because once you get out of a toxic relationship, they force us to start dating again, to start going out again, start meeting people again immediately, because oh, it's like you should move on. You cannot. They're not worth the grieving process. No, you're not grieving for them. You're grieving for yourself. You're grieving because you put in a time and effort into this relationship that was futile. You're grieving because you went through an emotionally traumatic situation. You're not grieving for them. You're not grieving for the toxic person. It's not as easy as oh, just forget about them, they are no longer in your life. Yes, they are no longer in your life, but the remnants of that relationship remnants are with you. Every time you open the door, you have to look back behind your shoulder to see if everything is all right. Every time you get a call, you get a jerk, and you have to convince yourself, okay, you're out of the relationship, that person is away now, it is safe, you can feel safe. Every time you go out, you don't have to worry about not not enjoying the situation because you have to cater to this person. You have to keep reminding yourself over and over and over again that this person is no longer a part of your life. So this takes time. You have to wash yourself of all the remnants of all the all the grimy, dirty smears on in your mind that they have left. It takes time. And when you rush from one toxic relationship to another relationship, there's a very high chance that you attract the same kind of people, because the toxicity continues to be a familiar territory. Familiar territory is comfortable. Comfortable territory is what we always get to when we are dealing with trauma. We are afraid to go into unfamiliar territory. We are afraid to try something different because we are afraid to be hurt worse. Not because we want toxic relationships, not because we don't want to be with a healthy person, not because we don't want to be loved, not because we don't want to enjoy life, but because this toxic person has created such a turmoil, such a hurricane in our lives that it takes time for us to rebuild ourselves and go and enjoy life and be in a healthy relationship. So take your time, build yourself up after a toxic relationship. Detoxing yourself is very important, and a month or 2 months or 6 months is not sufficient. A year, take 2 years, take 3 years, it doesn't matter. Go according to your own timeline. No one has the right to dictate the timeline that you have to follow. You take your time to heal yourself and try to uh, try to heal yourself. Seek professional help, and I hope you can enjoy your life. Thank you.